What up, guys? Thank you for having me, PGG. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Mike Williams, and I am a YouTube creator. So I am here to talk about E3 2017. If you guys don't know, E3 2017. Woo! Yeah, it's a great conference. It's a great conference. All right, I'll set aside. Mike Williams, YouTube creator, E3 2017. I got my boy Gareth Evans over here. He's a producer on the channel. Hey, Nick, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Mike. So welcome to our E3 2017 celebration video.
Yeah.
Now that was a little bit of a skit from the Jesse Williams f***up, Jesse Wellens f***up. We're all f***ing up today. If you haven't seen the Jesse Wellens Monumental f***up, go and check it out. One of my highlights of E3.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It's nothing personal, but it was really funny. Monumental f***up is like, if you think that's too harsh, watch the video. No E3 is complete without a good dose of cringe, is it really? I mean, that was EA trying to get loads of influencers and whatever involved in their conference, and that's kind of how it panned out. So there's a team of 4 of us at Pretty Good Gaming. We're going to just talk about, like, each of us are going to go through our favourite game and our favourite moment, good or bad.
So this is it. This is my game pick for E3 2017. My favourite game that was shown was Days Gone.
Yeah. Do you want to Jesse?
No.
I'll set aside.
I'll set aside.
Days Gone.
I was excited for this game before E3, but this trailer was something special. It wasn't just your bullshit cinematic trailer like a lot of people do at E3. This showed actual hands-on gameplay. What will the game be like to play? And this trailer showed you. So it gave you some of the backstory, some of the open world. You're driving on your motorbike. It showed you getting ambushed. It showed you doing some melee fighting, which looked awesome. It showed some stealth mechanics where you were hiding in bushes, setting traps and diverting some people. And it also showed you how you could set the enemies against one another. I'm really excited for this game. It's only increased my excitement for it having watched this video, which is why it's my #1 pick.
Okay, so mine is a bit of a safe bet, I suppose. Not a safe bet, but it's a bit more of like a mainstream pick, I guess. It's Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm an enormous Star Wars fan, so I was just so excited by it, and I just think that they had a lot of work to do after the 2015 original, because that was so bare bones. It was quite light, and in this one, they're going full fat with like all of the eras and stuff. There's a story mode, basically everything that we were demanding from the one from 2015, things that should have been in the 2015 game. Just taking part in a Star Wars battle. I saw the prequels as a kid and I flipping loved them when I was a kid. Just being in a battle like that with that Battlefield style scale of, vehicles in the air, vehicles alongside you, some beautiful graphics, and just playing as Darth Maul. There's not much of a fanboy in me, but for Star Wars, it's huge. So yeah. It just kind of struck a chord with me like that. And,
nerded out watching that, didn't you?
Exactly, yeah. So as much, there were some really interesting games, and I kind of hate myself for picking it, but my pick is Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Okay, next up we're going to get Jake and Liam to let us know what their favourite game of this conference was. The mic's getting lowered. What's that, sir?
Jake and Liam here, and this is time for our picks. For me, my favourite game was definitely God of War. Last year we saw a bit of gameplay, and this year we finally saw the cinematic sort of trailer, the story trailer. It answered a lot of questions for me because I liked watching that big chunk of gameplay last time, but I was always wondering what the general story is going to be, how they're going to set it out. The last couple of God of War games, well, all of them, have been Greek, so to see it in a Norse setting was really nice. I liked the setup. I liked to see that there was like Fenrir, there was the World Serpent, you had all these different gods. I think we saw a bit of Thor in there. I really liked that. I liked the setting of it, and that was exactly what I wanted to know. It answered all the questions I had, and if I could pick one game to buy tomorrow, I would pick God of War, definitely. I'm really invested in this already, and I'm looking forward to playing it early 2018. Liam, what was your choice?
Yeah, my pick was Ace Combat 7 for the PS4, Xbox One and PC.
Who saw that coming?
Yeah, Japanese fighter jets. I'm a big fan of Ace Combat series. I always have been. Been playing the first one since it's back on the PS1. And the last Ace Combat game Assault Horizon wasn't very good. It deviated from the series like quite a bit. Ace Combat 7 looks like it's going to be a return to like what made the series so good in the first place. There's a melodramatic story,
Jets and shit.
yeah, jets and shit. It looks like everything an Ace Combat fan could really want from an Ace Combat game, and that has really caught my attention. And this is one of the games it wasn't like shown off in Sony conference or a Microsoft conference. It was hidden away in the corner almost, and I'm glad that I found it. And yeah, that's my pick for favourite game of E3 so far.
That's really nice.
Oh, thank you, Jake.
Next, we're going to move on to our best moments of E3. And should we go first?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a joint for best pick for best moment because the Jesse Wellens thing was everybody's joint pick. So our best...
Again, not personal, just funny.
Just funny. Thanks, Jesse, for that moment of...
Jesse.
Thanks, Jess. Thanks, man.
All set aside, it was just funny.
So our best moment, Cliffy B coming out on stage. He did a great job, didn't he?
You know, he's kind of an old dog, I guess. He's been doing that kind of thing for years. So now he's not making games for Microsoft. He's making Lawbreakers, which is coming to PS4 and PC.
Which is like an Overwatch type of game.
Very fast-paced.
Yeah, the idea is that the gravity is broken and that you can jump around and like you're flying around and shit. So he was there to promote that game. Now he came on stage.
You're announcing the price of the game. The guy asked him how much it's going to cost. He says $29.99.
None of that $60 multiplayer only bullshit.
It was a sweet moment. It's
Yeah.
the kind of thing that we say here on the channel, so it kind of resounds with us. And it seems as though he's putting the players first, and he's like reflecting our sentiments here on the channel. The other thing that he said was
Developers and publishers, they do these kind of bullshit marketing betas where they're like, oh, it's our beta and the game's out next week. I'm like, that's not really the case. You're not going to be able to fix anything.
again reflecting another bullshit practice in the industry which we have been critical of. Good on you, Cliffy B.
Yeah, we got to love a guy in that position. He can be a bit of an arsehole. He's annoyed me in the past, but I try and judge people on their actions and not who they are. And so this was just something cool. Watching it on the PC Gamer Showcase thing, that was just, it just leaps out at you. It just leaps, when someone says something like that on stage, it's great. Someone in that position, highlighting pro-consumer, philosophies is fantastic.
It's unusual, isn't it? You don't get that from game developers who come out on stage. So they don't go out criticising other people, and he did that. He's got no fear for doing that, and fair play to him for doing it.
Nice one, Cliff.
My favourite moment of E3 was Michel Ancel having a little bit of a cry when Beyond Good and Evil 2 was finally revealed. So if you're a fan of the first game, you'll know how long the wait's been, a long, long time. In all this flashy, Porsche showing, Jesse Whelans filled EA conference bullshit, and the whole event being very, very flashy, it was a nice little moment of realness. And as a fan of the first game, it was nice to see everybody have that collected sense of enjoyment. There's been speculation since then, and people are wondering, is it ever going to come out? But for that moment, nothing mattered. It was just a nice, real moment.
So my favourite pick was just Nintendo's attitude to their announcements in general. For a lot of people, like Pokemon on the Switch, Metroid Prime 4, pretty big announcements for Nintendo fans like myself. They just announced them so casually, just like, here's Metroid, here's Pokemon, yeah, we got them, what are you going to do? And it's just like...
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to fucking do about it?
I'll give a quick mention to original Xbox backwards compatibility, which for someone who plays classic games like myself, being able to play Xbox One, Xbox 360 and original Xbox games all on one box, it's a big deal for a retro gamer. You can finally put that big behemoth of the original Xbox back in the cupboard for a while and
put the old girl to sleep.
Yeah.
Liam gets 2 because it's a special occasion. Yeah.
So those are our E3 highlights, guys. Let us know what yours were down in the comments. Games, moments, embarrassing stuff, cringe moments, nicest moments, I guess. Let us know down in the comments. Oh, and talking of comments, let's take a look at your comments from last week.
I see what he did there. Okay, commenting on our How Can You Justify a Game This Big video, Cheese Poo comments, I can't say I've ever designed a logo for a Vietnamese skin clinic, but I did once throw a pair of shitty underpants over my neighbour's fence when I was younger. Like, why would you admit that? Why would you put it in the comments? It's like he's proud of it. Like, shouldn't you be ashamed?
I mean, people...
I would feel shame.
It's so easy to lie and make shit up on the internet, but something about that feels true.
Why would you throw them... I mean, you got shitty underpants, just fucking dig them in the hole in the garden or something. Just
Dig a hole, that's not
dig a hole, put them in, you just cover them up, nobody never see it again.
What? His hands! He's already shit himself.
Commenting on our Bethesda E3 video, Frederick Anderson says, they Ubisofted their conference, didn't they?
I like what you've done there because you've used the reference from you've used you've used the reference from one of our previous videos where I tried to use Ubisoft as a verb, and you've applied it to this comment here, and that's very intelligent of you. I really appreciate it because Ubisofted should be a word and it should be in the dictionary, and the more of us that use it, the more likely that is to happen.
We'll get there.
Next up on the Microsoft E3 conference video, John Hunt says,
exclusive.
177 likes on that comment. I mean, it's a solid comment.
So easy to meme it these days, isn't it?
Last up, Arshan Lane comments, I saw Mike at my local spa shop today, and I can now confirm that he is in fact really tall and really pale.
It does make me a bit uncomfortable, I gotta be honest with you. I don't know who you are.
At least introduce
work
yourself.
there?
Just come up and shake, how's it going, guys? I like you like your stuff.
You can point out my physical abnormalities to my face if you want. Thanks, Oshan. Now I'm scared. Okay, guys, we've already asked you about your E3 picks. What did you think about ours? Let us know how terrible they were down in the comments. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it. There's another one right here if you want to watch that. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And there's a link right here to Patreon if you want to support the channel. See you next time.